Hi, I'm Danny Lambo and welcome to the Sarah O'Connell Show.
Welcome to the Sarah O'Connell Show.
Danny Lambo, it's an absolute pleasure to have you here on the Sarah O'Connell Show today. Can you tell me a bit about this event and why you're here?
Well, this is the Asian beauty pageant held in London, and I have this tag with the press, Britain's Flashiest Playboy. So for some reason I kept being asked all the time to be a guest judge in various beauty pageants, but I'm not complaining.
Of course. Now, going back a few years, when you first left school, how on earth did you end up touring Japan?
Well, it's a long story how I started and where I got to today, but to cut it short and sharp, I was spotted by a Japanese record producer when I was 16 years old, just gigging in a pub in Soho. After school, we'd go there, and he basically worked for Sony Records in Japan, loved my look, my style, took me over to Japan, and I had this pop career in the Far East for 6 years.
That's incredible. And then you came back here and you set up the Pavilion Hotel in the UK, and it's been a huge success. How would you describe it?
Yeah, I came back to the UK when I was 20. I quit the music industry basically when I was 21, but we were very much a touring band, so always the same routine, 1 hour rehearsal in the afternoon, 2 hour show in the evening. The other 21 hours a day I was always in hotels, so I knew everything about hotels. So when I came back to London, didn't have any qualifications because literally I'd walked out of school before my final exams, but I had a lot of money in the bank, about 450k. So I decided the only thing I know how to do is run hotels. So I thought, why don't I invest that money and buy a hotel? So I bought the hotel, and this is actually the organiser of the show just walking past. I invested the money in the hotel, but I was always into theatre and art, so I love going to watch plays and stuff. I didn't want to open just any regular hotel. I wanted to create a hotel where every door you open, it's like you're walking onto the stage of a play. So there were a couple of boutique hotels, we're going back 17 years now, there were a couple of boutique hotels in London at the time. I think Blake's and Portobello were the two hotspots. There was nothing really far out there, so I invested all my money buying a property. I went to my godfather. He was the only person in my family who was actually in business. He had a restaurant. So I said, look, I'm investing my money in property, Grandpa. What should I, give me some advice? He said, location, location, location. So I did researches about all the small hotels and B&Bs around central London, Earls Court. There was Paddington area, King's Cross. And I saw one exact. He also said to me, don't buy one with a mortgage, otherwise you'll be working for the bank for the rest of your life. Just spend what you've got so you can make money. So I found this hotel. It was exactly the amount of money I had. It was a really run-down B&B in Paddington, but a good location, 30 rooms, 10-minute walk to Oxford Street and Hyde Park. But it was pretty much a red light district, the area. I wanted this cool, funky hotel. But I read an article in the newspaper that the government had just signed a contract to build the Heathrow Express train from Heathrow to Paddington Station. All the train stations were bidding for it, Paddington won. And it was a 3-year project. I thought in 3 years, once they finished it, all the tourists are going to come directly. I was thinking ahead of time. I took my godfather's advice, and I was right. Within 3 years, the hotel was worth £3 million. Today it's 10 million plus. I've got a couple of others as well that I got back in the day. So I'm doing fine. The hotels are full up. But now I've been like 15 years in that. I've decided to, life goes in circles, so I'm actually going back to my roots. I'm back. Recorded a new song called Playboys because I've got this Playboy lifestyle. So it's Playboys with a Z. It's out now on iTunes, Spotify, Deezer, everywhere, all the platforms. It's like an anthem to Playboys around the world, but it's not about, all the good times. There's a sad part as well in the story that Playboys, they've got everything in life, but they can't find love. So I sing about that as well. And there's also a rap part. I've got a female rapper called Affinity. She's up and coming in the States. She does a rap on it, kind of come back for the girls against the Playboys, giving the final ultimatum. So the song should appeal to everyone. I actually went on X Factor just recently. I did it to kind of promote the song. I didn't think I'd get past audition, to be honest.
What was that experience like?
Well, I'm not the usual candidate for X Factor. Normally they come in, the have-nots with the sob story, 10 kids to feed. People will say, what are you doing? You've got it all. Why do you want to go on X Factor? For me, it was just basically, I rolled up in my Lamborghini to the audition room. And the, I actually got all the way to the final in my category, the overs. I actually got into the final. Finished 7th. I got up to 6-chair challenge. I even got a seat, and there was like an on-screen romance with Nicole as well.
You made a big impression on her, didn't you?
Yeah, well, I made a big impression with Nicole, and I'm not going to say whether it's continued. A gentleman never tells. But watch this space.
That is very, very intriguing. For anyone that hasn't heard it, could you give us a little taste of what Playboy sounds like? Maybe a bit of the chorus?
I'll give you a bit of the chorus. Playboys, they got the cribs and the money. Playboys, they got the cars and the honeys. Playboys, they got everything in life, but they can't find love. They can't find love.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much. And can you tell me a bit about the story of how you ended up with the car of 50 cents?
So I've got a few cars. I'm known for my car collection, Lamborghinis in particular, but I've been getting into my classic cars lately, and it all started actually when I met 50 Cent. We became good friends. I was hanging out with him a lot. We had a mutual friend in London, and we were playing cards one day, and 50 loves to gamble. I mean, he was making so much money back then, and it's dried out a bit now, but back then the money was rolling in. The hits were coming in, the money was rolling in. So sitting there playing cards, and we throw cash on the table. He ran out of cash. He had his car key with him. It was an American 1951 Mercury Custom. There was one featured in the movie Cobra starring Sylvester Stallone.
I love that film.
Yeah, so he said, I said, come on, show the cash. You're 50 Cent. Where's the cash? Show me the money. Show me the money. Have to beep that part out. So he said, I got my car, man. I got my car. So we put the key down. I won the bet. And I mean, we were mates. I thought it would be for a joke, but he actually let me keep the car. But he owed me a gift for a long. He didn't give me a birthday present for 4 years. So.
That is incredible. And what have you got planned next? I know you've been on other TV shows apart from X Factor. You've been on How Do You Get So Rich? Would you like to be on more TV? What is next for Danny Lambo?
Well, I've done quite a few TV. People think I've just done the X Factor and How Do You Get So Rich with Catherine Ryan, who I know you've interviewed a few times. Lovely girl. We keep in touch. Well, I've actually done now about 10 reality shows. The thing is, I don't go out. A lot of people saying, he's fame hungry, he's going on every reality show. I saw a tweet somebody put on X Factor, and they put, can anyone name a reality show Danny Lambo hasn't been on? But I don't ask to be on. I'm asked to be on these shows. The production companies see me. They think I'm good TV. And they ask me if I like the project. I don't need the money, so I just go on it. It's a bit of fun. But I've actually made a difference to people. My first reality show was actually 7 years ago. I did a series called 4 in a Bed. It's like Come Dine With Me, but for hotel B&B owners. I did 5 episodes of that, and they've actually sold that show now to about 50 countries around the world. So I get an influx of fan mail every time it's on, and I actually got a message once from a woman in Canada, and she said, hi Danny, my name's Deborah, you don't know me, but I've got a 13-year-old daughter. But 6 months ago my life was turned upside down. I was diagnosed with a sarcoma, which is a terminal cancer. And she said, today I'm taking chemotherapy to stay alive as long as possible for my daughter's sake, and kind of one privilege that we're allowed in the chemo rooms is a TV. And today I saw all your 5 episodes of 4 in a Bed back to back, and it made me laugh and smile for the first time. So to hear that, it was so humbling, and we developed a friendship then, and I called her over, and I covered all her costs, and I put her in my hotel, and she died last year, but I thought, I made a difference to someone, and since then, other shows that I've done, I did a show called Britain's Flashiest Families for Channel 5. I had a guy from Germany write me, he said I was about to commit suicide, I was going to jump from a bridge. When I saw this show, it happened to be playing while I was writing my farewell letter. I thought, wow, this guy, he left school without qualifications, and he did something with his life. Maybe I can do something. He just lost his job and stuff, and he messaged me, and I've gone out there and I found a job. And loads of young kids, 15, 16-year-olds, they messaged me. They said, Danny, I've just failed all my exams, and how can I always give them some advice, whether it's one line or, a whole email. So you know what? I say to all the trolls and the haters, he's fame hungry, blah, blah, blah. So look, I'm doing it for the guys that I've helped inspire.
That's good too, because you are giving back and you're helping to inspire and reach out to other people too. So I wish you the very best of luck for the future. Thank you for coming on the Sarah O'Connell Show. For everyone watching at home, be sure to share, subscribe, give the video a big thumbs up. And I can see you all again soon for another episode of the Sarah O'Connell Show. Bye.
Check out my song Playboy's out now. We're going for the Christmas #1, by the way. So it's going to be Playboys versus X Factor for the Christmas #1. And all the money I make from Playboys will go to a children's charity that I do every Christmas called Supercar Santa, where basically I give up my Christmas day. On Christmas Eve I go to Hamleys and we buy thousands of pounds worth of toys and we deliver them to children in hospital, because it's the worst place to be for a kid is on Christmas Day is in hospital. So we're hopefully trying to do this with Playboys, do it across the UK this time, not just London. So our slogan is every kid deserves a toy at Christmas, and every money that I make from Playboys, if we get it to #1, we're going to put it into getting every kid a toy in hospital at Christmas.
That's absolutely incredible, and I wish you the best of luck.
So even if you don't like, even if you're one of my haters, buy the song because it's going to help these kids.
Exactly. So yeah, hopefully it'll make everyone's Christmas a little bit better. Thank you, Danny Lambo. It's been an absolute pleasure to meet you, and I hope to see you again soon.
Thank you very much, Sarah.